Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be showing you my eyeshadow collection. I'm going to be showing you my eyeshadow palettes, along with my eyeshadow singles, and also some of my liquid eyeshadows. One of my favorite things about doing makeup is doing eyeshadow, so I'm very excited to be doing this video and to be sharing my collection with you. Also, if you would like to see a review on anything that I show you in this video, please let me know down in the comments below. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and let's get into it. Okay, so I keep most of my eyeshadow palettes in this little bin here right now. I keep switching up my setup, so I'm not sure if it's going to stay like this, but right now this is what I've been using and testing out. So I mostly have high-end palettes in here, and I think I have 2 Z palettes. So I'll go through all the pre-made palettes first, and then I'll go through the Z palettes with my single eyeshadows. I'm not going to be doing an in-depth review of each palette. I'll show you some swatches, but if you would like an in-depth review, like I said in the beginning, please let me know down in the comments below and I'd be happy to do one for you. I can also do a comparison review between palettes that are similar if you would like to see that. So anyways, let's get started here. The first one I have is new. I don't even think I used it on my eyes, but I did swatch it. And it is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Rosé in the Air palette. I'm sure you've heard about this if you're a eyeshadow junkie like myself. They are beautiful shadows. I'll actually swatch these for you. If I can get it open. There we go. So I'll do this matte. Now this matte feels a little gritty. I'll do a transition. And then also a shimmer. So there's them there. So first is the red matte. Transition. This one feels really buttery and nice. And there's the shimmer. I'm excited to use this palette. I just have so many. I keep forgetting to use this. I also have the Modern Renaissance, which a lot of people say this is a dupe for it, so that could be it as well. I usually will reach for the Modern Renaissance when I'm looking for a warmer look, but I'm excited to try it out. Just going to move this over a little bit. So next we have a Smashbox eyeshadow palette. It's just this little one right here. And this one is the Cover Shot Ablaze eyeshadow palette. I really think the cover of it's really cool. I just sit here and play with it sometimes. And there's the inside of this palette. It actually kind of looks similar to the Rosé in the Air palette, doesn't it? I didn't notice that until right now. Oh wow, actually let's do a little comparison of that brown shade there. So I'll swatch the Rosé in the Air palette first. It's possible to get open. Okay, so I'm going to swatch this brown shade. Feels very buttery, creamy. So there's that swatch. And then I'm going to swatch this one here. The Smashbox palette. It feels buttery and creamy, a little bit softer actually than the Wet n Wild. Yeah, and it does perform a lot better. So this is what I'm talking about with comparison videos. I can go through my palettes and actually do swatches and describe the formula a little bit for you, show you the colors, etc. This palette I do like. I've used it a couple times. For me, warm tone palettes are more for the summertime. The berry color is nice, but these colors here, the warmer rusty colors, I prefer in the summer. So I'm sure once it's summertime I'll get a lot of use out of it. I did get this at Shoppers with my optimum points. So I just figured I'd pick it up now, and I think it was a good decision. Okay, and next we have the Tartelette Toasted palette here. I'm sure you guys have heard of this one as well. That's what it looks like there. You can tell I've used it a few times. Let me see if I can show you without blinding you. Beautiful palette, like the colors. Once again, very warm. I'll probably get more use out of it in the summertime. Next I have the Tartelette in Bloom palette. Now this palette got a lot of love. I haven't used it in a while, but you'll see why. I've hit pan on 5 of the shadows. So I really do love this palette. I loved it for a long time. So I hit pan on Sweetheart, Smarty Pants, Funny Girl, Flower Child, and Charmer. You can tell that I like the more neutral, light colors. Next I have the Too Faced White Peach palette. I'm sure everybody's heard of this one. Everybody's heard of all the ones. I should just stop saying that. All the ones that I have here, probably. Oh, it's a little dusty. Yeah, this palette does have a lot of kickback when you use it, but the colors, I like the colors. They're absolutely beautiful. This color here, Glistening Peach, is a really nice duochrome. And then this color down here, Peaches, Peach Ice, is very beautiful as well. I like both of these all over the lid. Man, my lighting's awful. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there's some swatches there. You can see the duochrome in the peach one there. So I use these all over the lid with after I cut my crease on top of concealer, and they perform just fine. The rest of the shadows too I find perform fine, but people are right that some of the lighter shades in this palette, so this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, so 6 of the shades, once you put them all over your eye, they begin to look the same, and there's no really deeper color besides that black on the grill to deepen it up. So I wish there was one color in here that was a little bit deeper, and it would be perfect. But I just kind of use it as an add-on palette. Here's the Just Peachy Mattes. So I added on to this palette, so I have some lighter colors, maybe not so vibrant like this color, Peach Punch. It's absolutely beautiful, but sometimes, you know, I just don't want something that vibrant. But it complements these 2 shades really nicely. So I use these palettes in conjunction with each other, and I find it works out really well because here you have some deeper mattes. Well, it's an all matte palette, so here you have some deeper colors, some lighter colors with a bit more of a punch, and then you have the colors that I hit pan on all the time anyway, so I'm okay with having multiples of those. Sorry if the lighting changed a little bit. I'm filming with just a little tiny ring light and natural light, so, and it's raining here. Next I have the Urban Decay Ultimate Basics, Naked Ultimate Basics. I don't know how you say that one. So there's the palette there. I really like this palette as well. I got this during the Black Friday sale. I got it for half price, and that's what made me jump on it and actually get it. I really wanted this palette since it came out, but I didn't want to spend the money on it just for me, for all neutral palette, to spend over $50 Canadian for it was a little too hefty, but I was glad to pay, I think it was $30 or something, $25, $30, and I really do like it. I use it a lot. Same thing as the White Peach palette. This color, and this color pretty much all look the same on your eye. But it's a nice everyday palette. Next is my new addition and my favorite palette in this entire bin. I have these shadows on today. The Anastasia Soft Glam palette. Oh, I'm so happy about this palette. You can tell I've been playing with it a lot already. It's just so pretty, and I can make everyday looks, I can make dramatic looks, the colors perform well, it's everything that I want in an eyeshadow palette. I'm in love. These shadows perform just as well as the Modern Renaissance, if not better. It takes me 2 minutes to do my eyeshadow, even if it's a dramatic smoky eye. no joke, 2 minutes. Some of the shadows I have take a lot of finessing and take a lot of work. Not this. You just tap your brush in. You don't swirl it around. You just tap your brush in, put it on your eye, and you're good to go. It basically blends itself. All the colors play nice with each other. You don't have any of that weird business like the subculture. Absolutely love it. I have the Modern Renaissance palette. Once again, you can tell the colors that I use the most. Tempera and Golden Ochre, I hit pan on both of these. Primavera, I'm getting there. The other shades, not so much. Raw Sienna, I used a lot, and Burnt Orange, I used a lot. I'm getting more into purples though, so I've been reaching for Blonde Fresco quite a bit lately. It's a good palette. I'm sure you've heard that before. Next is actually a newer addition to my collection. I actually got the Just Peachy mattes in the White Peach palette before this one. I thought that this would be a nice palette to kind of round it out and use all three in conjunction. This palette though you can use by itself for sure, and same with the Just Peachy mattes. So this is it. It smells great. I do like it, and I find that if I add in the knocking stuff over. If I add in the Just Peachy mattes or the White Peach with it, it works well. I guess I could open them up instead of just showing you the front, huh? I'll zoom out here. So there's the Sweet Peach palette, the White Peach, and I'll move those over, and the Peachy mattes all together. I'll just move the camera for a second for you. So see how they kind of would play in conjunction with each other? You can get so many looks just using these three, and they all play well together, they all smell great, perform well. I haven't used the Sweet Peach that much yet, mostly just the neutral colors. I'm really excited to do a look with that green though and the purple. Next we have two Tarte palettes. They can be considered, let me get you straightened out, eye palettes or face palettes, whatever you want to use them for. They're both, so I don't know which is which. Okay, so this is the Clay Play 2 and this is the Clay Play 1, or the first one. They have the exact same packaging. They have the same shade names. I can get all into that if you would. I can do another separate video comparing these two if you would like. I bought the Clay Play 2 knowing that they had the same names because I really don't care about that. I do need to put a sticker or something on the outside so I know what one I'm grabbing for though. I wish they could have at least done that for us besides just on the back in this small little... Can you even read that? Because I barely can, especially in the morning when I've just woken up. But there's the inside of the Clay Play 2. Like them both. They're good. We have the Tarte Graveyard Girl Swamp Queen palette. I bought this basically because I love Bunny. The palette also is really cool. It actually feels textured like wood. Like not real wood though. It's not as textured, but it still is textured. I think it's super cute. It has a nice mirror in it, and the mirror says, "Believe in yourself, love yourself, embrace your individuality." And there's the inside there. These are face colors, so bronzer, blush, highlight. I just use them as shadows. So reflective. I like them, they perform well. Typical Tarte eyeshadows. It's a nice palette. I got it on sale also for Black Friday. Went a little crazy on Black Friday. Alright, we have a Z palette. I'll do that after. Another Z palette. I'll do that after. Next I have the Violet Voss Holy Grail. Yeah, this one's the Holy Grail palette. I really like this palette as well. You can get so many looks out of it. It's great. What shadows could I compare it to? They're kind of on their own. They're more buttery than the Tarte palettes. Not as powdery as the Anastasia palettes. I'm wondering. Yeah, I just swatched the just Peachy mattes. They're more buttery than those. They almost feel like some of the ColourPop shadows, the duochromes, or you know what? They feel like Juvia's shadows. I think that's a good comparison. There's the red there. That one's a little bit more scratchy. I'll show you a shimmer too. Sorry, I'm just wiping my fingers off. I'll show you a shimmer. I'll show you On Fleek. And it's just buttery. And that's one swipe. I really, really do like Violet Voss shadows. I'm looking forward to see what they bring out in the future and to try it out. So next I have the Violet Voss hashtag palette. Actually, I got this one before the Holy Grail because like I said, I've been getting more into purples, and there's a whole bunch in here. Also the golds. These colors are very beautiful as well. Quality is the exact same. This color here, FOMO. It's just beautiful. I'll swatch this color here for you, Savage. They're also buttery. Now, of course, the colors where you're going to have, I don't know if you've seen that swatch. Of course, the colors where you're going to have more pigment that you expect would be the purples and the reds. They're a little bit more scratchy. This purple is not because it's shimmery. Where's a clean finger? This color here, TBT. It's not scratchy at all. Performs quite well for a matte. Clean my finger off. Just do all the purple for you, why not? So clean fingers, I'll do Sunset, Relevant, and Petty AF. So there's Sunset, there's Relevant, and there's Petty AF. So all the purples perform quite well. I'm happy with it. And last but not least for my palettes, another Black Friday find. And I don't want to blind you, so I'll take it out off screen. And this is awkward. Okay. There we go. Urban Decay Heavy Metals palette. Beautiful palette. I'll swatch this blue for you. How can I do this? Okay. And actually, since we're doing purples here, I'll do these two purples. I'm doing Punk Rock and Metalhead. So there's Punk Rock. You didn't really see that. And there's Metalhead. I actually think the Violet Voss shadows perform better because these are the Urban Decay, these three, and these are Violet Voss. Okay, so now I'll show you my Z palette. So the first one is this ColourPop one. And here I have a lot of my duochromes, my single shadow duochromes. So I have some from ColourPop, I have some from MAC, I have some from Juvia's Place, some other ones. This one is Glass Bowl from ColourPop. I almost think this shadow is hollow because when you use this with an all blue look, it pulls blue. When you use it with an all green look, it pulls green. Purple, it pulls purple. If you use it with a brown look, it pulls almost just glittery and neutral. I'll show you a swatch of it here. So there's it there. I don't know if this will work, so this is just a test, I suppose. This is just a purple duochrome by MAC. See how different? Another one that I really like is this one here by ColourPop. And this one's Wishful Winking. It's interesting, so it looks green, but it has a brown base to it. It's just a fun shadow. If you would like a more in-depth review of all my singles and everything like that, I can get into it. I can do another video and actually get more in-depth and show you which what each one is. I also depotted some of these. Some of these are Juvia's Place. And I'm actually getting more Juvia's Place eyeshadows in the mail shortly. So if you want me to, I can do a depotting video showing you how I do that. I can show you swatches. I could do an in-depth review on Juvia's Place in general. Whatever you like, just leave some ideas down below. I'm filming I'm doing this video because I want to talk to people about eyeshadows, right? So any thoughts and ideas that you have would be greatly appreciated. I know I'm not the greatest person at filming. I'm sure I'll get better. So here's my, I guess I didn't even really tell you. So here's my Tarte Z palette. It's just leopard print. I actually really like this Z palette. It feels fancy, but I don't like that I can't see what's in it because I'm constantly reorganizing and changing everything around and I forget what I have in here. So right now I have some MAC eyeshadows and also Makeup Forever. This was one of those palettes, you know, the volumes or whatever. I think this is volume 3, but don't quote me on it. I didn't write it on the back. I just wrote the shade numbers. I also depotted one of the Patrick Star eyeshadow palettes and I put it in here. Yeah, this one's the Oh My God. It's not gonna focus on it. This one's the Oh My God shade though. And then next we have my favorite palette, besides now the Soft Glam, and that's this one here. I'm actually probably going to have to zoom you out for this part. Look at the stack of... Look at the stack of eyeshadow palettes I got here. I'm just going to clean that up shortly. Anyway, so this is my massive giant Z palette. It's really thick and really big, just in comparison, so you know. Here's the just Peachy Mattes palette and the Clay Play palette against it. I got this palette off of Amazon. I think it was $20. And in here I have a whole bunch of ColourPop shadows. So these are all the shadows that I have by ColourPop besides those duochrome ones. Some of these I guess you could still consider duochrome, but I put them in here because to me they're not as duochrome-y as the other ones, if that makes any sense at all. They're more shimmers. And I have it organized by each palette once again if you wanted to see a more in-depth. If you wanted to see these shadows more in depth, or which shadows they are, or which ones are my favorites, etc., I can do another video on that. And then I just have 3 single ColourPop shadows down here. I bought one of their blacks. I noticed that their palettes don't have blacks in them. I like to have a black for liner. And then here's just a single Essence eyeshadow that I use for Inner Corner Highlight Essence 01 Snowflake. I hit pan on it actually. I used to use it as highlighter. And then here are some more Juvia's Place shadows, which I really enjoy, and I'm saving this space for the palettes that I ordered. I ordered I think 5 palettes though, so I don't know if they'll fit in here or if I'll have to get another one. Alright, so now I'll show you just some of my single shadows that I really can't or shouldn't be bought. So I got some of the ColourPop Super Shock shadows. These are the, I'll zoom you in a bit more. These are the Laura Lee ColourPop in No Kill LA shadows, I do believe. So I got the 4-pack, so I have one here in Crimper, Bandit. I also have this one here. This is a beautiful color. And that one's Kennedy. And then this one in Cornelius. So maybe this was, Cornelius sounds more like Kathleen Lights, doesn't it? Maybe it's a Kathleen Lights set, I'm not sure. I don't really like the Super Shock Shadow formula. I like the shimmer one here, Crimper, but I prefer their pressed eyeshadows more. I also have two of the Maybelline color tattoos. I have one in the shade Inked in Pink. There we go. So I have one in the shade Inked in Pink, and then one in the shade Creamy Beige. So that's in there. I also have this Femme Couture Minerals eyeshadow that I've had for quite some time. I got it from Sally Beauty and it's in Soft Cloud. It's just kind of like a one of those shimmery powders, shimmery pigments. And then I have one of the L'Oreal, what are these? L'Oreal Color Infallible in Magnetic Coral. And then some of my favorite beauties. The Stila Glitter and Glow eyeshadows. I really didn't believe in the hype for these for quite a while. And then my husband ended up getting me this one for Christmas. So this is in the shade Kitten Karma. Just give you a swatch of it. There's the swatch there. And after I got Kitten Karma, I then went and picked up this one, Diamond Dust. And then I got one of the holiday set multi-packs of them. And I got the Smoldering Satin, another Kitten Karma, and Rose Gold Retro. I was okay with getting another Kitten Karma because I know I'll use it up. This one's Rose Gold Retro. It has a little bit more of that base than what Kitten Karma does. And Diamond Dust is basically a clear base with just glitter. And then here's Smoldering Satin. I really like to wear this one to work. Today I have Kitten Karma on my lids. So yeah, I ended up going a little bit crazy and getting a couple more of them after I got the first one. But you know, they amp your look up and they perform so well and they're beautiful, and I get what the hype is about with these. Okay, and next we have this little container here. So this has some more liquid eyeshadows, mostly the Maybelline color tattoos. I really like these as well, especially as a base, almost as a primer. So this one is Sharp Purple. Oh, and it's just the Maybelline Color Tattoo Eye Chromes. I have glitter all over my hands now. But there's the purple. This one's Bronze Sheen. This one's my favorite one. It's Gilded Rose. You put that one on and then Kitten Karma above it. Beautiful look. This one is Bold Sapphire. beautiful blue. This one's Electric Emerald. And these really do stay on once they dry, so I'm trying to do this a little quickly so I can wipe them off before they dry because I won't be able to get them off. This one is Gunmetal. This one's beautiful. It's like a black with grays shimmer in it, like a gray blue. It's beautiful. I really like that one with the Urban Decay Naked Basics, Ultimate Naked Basics, whatever it is, and use that with the Color Magnet in that palette. This one here though is Silver Spark. And then I have one of the ColourPop Supernova shadows in Walk of Fame. I really like these. I find them very glittery. If you let them dry and then you rub it. I'll actually show you. I'll swatch Kitten Karma from Stila. Never wants to focus on this. Anyway, I'll swatch Kitten Karma from Stila next to it, just so we can compare after they dry. And then next I have this Metal Glaze by Hard Candy in Rose Gold. It's more of a copper gold than rose gold though, isn't it? This is more rose gold to me. And then I just have one of these shadow sticks. It's another Maybelline Color Tattoo. You can tell I like a lot of things from the Color Tattoo line, right? And this is in the color Pink Parfait. This is actually getting pretty old. It's kind of gross. Alright, see, so there's the ColourPop shadow on the top, the Supernova, and then there's Stila, Kitten Karma, and then they're dry now, so I'm just going to rub this ColourPop one. And then I'm going to rub the Stila one. See, the Stila one actually becomes a little patchy. Can you really see much of a difference though? Like you can see a difference with the Maybelline colors, but then you go ColourPop Stila, but if I said that one's ColourPop and that one's Stila, would you be able to tell the difference? And the Stila ones here in Canada, I don't know the prices offhand in US, but Canadian, this costs $32, and with conversion and everything, this is about $7 for me, the ColourPop. So Stila 32, ColourPop 7. And I believe the ColourPop's $5 America, and this America. I believe the ColourPop is $5 American, and the Stila is in the 20s, maybe 25. So, be interesting if I got more of these and more of the Stila and did more of a comparison. That could just be an excuse to get more of them though. So yeah guys, that was my eyeshadow collection. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and like I said earlier, if you have any suggestions or ideas of videos that I can do, please leave it in the comments down below. I would really appreciate it. And please subscribe so we can continue on this makeup journey together. Thanks guys. Bye.